In this video, I want to share a more personal look at Depeche Mode's Memento Mori. Over time, this album has taken on a very different meaning for me, and I found myself returning to it with a new sense of understanding. Rather than approaching it as a review, I wanted to explore the atmosphere around the album, the emotions within it, and the way it slowly revealed itself to me. This is simply my own reflection on a record created during one of the most difficult moments in the band's history. When I sat down to revisit Depeche Mode's Memento Mori, I was struck by how much emotion sits quietly beneath its surface. This album feels different, and not only because of the moment in the band's history when it was made. It carries a sense of honesty that you can only create when life forces you to stop and reflect. And I have to be honest here. When the album first came out, I did not think very much of it. I listened to Ghosts again, and it simply did not connect with me at the time. I put the album aside and moved on. But life has a way of changing how you hear things. After facing my own battle with cancer, which I thankfully survived, I came back to Memento Mori with a very different state of mind. Suddenly, the themes of fragility, loss, and acceptance felt incredibly real. I began listening again, and the album unfolded in ways I had not noticed before. Ghosts Again, which once felt distant to me, took on a new meaning. With each listen, the whole album grew on me, and today I have a real love and appreciation for it. After Spirit, the band stepped back for a good while. Nobody could have predicted the shock that arrived in May 2022 when Andy Fletcher passed away so suddenly. Like many fans, I felt that loss deeply, and I can only imagine how hard it must have been for Dave and Martin. They were faced with the choice of ending the story there or carrying on without the friend who had been with them from the very beginning. They chose to move forward, and for me that decision already sets the tone of the entire album. It is driven by memory, love, and a quiet determination to honor someone who shaped their lives. Much of the writing for Memento Mori happened during the pandemic, and you can feel that atmosphere running through the music. Martin has spoken about becoming more aware of mortality, and those thoughts found their way into the lyrics. When I listen to the album now, I hear a mixture of vulnerability and acceptance, as if the songs are gently encouraging us to slow down and notice what really matters. The themes are heavy, but the way they are presented feels comforting rather than bleak. One part of the story I really enjoy is the collaboration with Richard Butler from the Psychedelic Furs. During lockdown, he and Martin exchanged ideas and ended up co-writing several tracks. You can hear a slight shift in tone because of that relationship, a different flavour that refreshes the Depeche Mode sound without losing its identity. It is the sort of creative choice that shows the band are still curious and still open to new perspectives even after all these years. When the recording sessions began with producer James Ford, the atmosphere must have been incredibly complex. There was grief, uncertainty, and the challenge of making an album without Andy's presence in the room. Yet Ford has a calm and steady way of working, and you can sense that stability in the final sound. For Dave and Martin, the studio became a place to process everything they were feeling. As I listen, I often think about how emotional those sessions must have been, especially when shaping songs that already dealt so openly with the idea of life and loss. What strikes me most about Memento Mori is that although it is full of reminders about how fragile life can be, it never feels hopeless. Ghosts Again has a gentle beauty that stays with me long after the track ends, and songs like My Cosmos Is Mine feel deeply personal, almost like private thoughts left open for us to hear. There is a warmth running through the album, a quiet strength that speaks louder than any dramatic gesture. When the album was released, the reaction was quite mixed. Many fans connected with it straight away, while others were unsure about its direction or simply did not feel it at first. I was one of those people. It is an album shaped by grief, but it is not defined by it, and with time it reveals a quiet strength beneath the surface. For some, including myself, it took a while to settle in. But as I returned to it later, it became something very different, a tribute to Andy Fletcher and to everything the band have shared over more than 4 decades. For me, it has come to represent resilience, change, and the strange way music can meet you differently depending on where you are in life. With each listen, the album reveals something new, and it reminds me of the depth this band have always had. Depeche Mode have a rare ability to take difficult moments and shape them into something meaningful. Memento Mori encourages us to notice the time we are given, the people who shape our lives, and the memories we carry with us. That, for me, is the true heart of the album. It is reflective, honest, and quietly uplifting. And in its own gentle way, it shows that even after such a painful loss, Depeche Mode can still move us, comfort us, and create something timeless.